Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You know who it is. It is me, Big Tone. I am here doing my thug thizzle, man. It's a lot of stuff going on today in the media, in the news, in the world. So I'll be running with a special guest today. You've seen him before. He'll be back on. His name is Omar, but he affectionately known as ODZ. You know what I'm saying? That's what I affectionately call ODZ. He'll be running with us. So let's just bring him in. What's up, O?
What's going on? How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, man. I was telling him that I'm running with my homie today. So we're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it popping.
The one and only.
ODZ, Omar, in the place to be. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, my brother?
Everything's good. Everything's fine. It was a good week, good day. No complaints. Life is good. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain, man. I cannot complain, man. I've been just trying to take it one step at a time, man. I had some life situations transpire to where I'm not working northbound anymore. I'm working in our county, Wayne County, and
You working in Wayne County?
Yeah, I'm working in Wayne County, so I'm just blessed that things worked out the way it should in a favorable way, And I had to pick up a little extra gig, so I'm happy. The things that I was trying to get accomplished this week, I got them done.
Oh, so you got the extra gig?
Yeah, I do.
Well, it's not hard nowadays because nobody still want to work. So are you Jamaican? Would you like to get a third or fourth gig? How many gigs would you like?
That's the thing, though. Oh, people say nobody don't want to work, but it's hard. It's hard getting the extra gig out here, man. Like they turn bad and bougie nowadays, man. These employers, they want you to go through all these hoops, man. I went through an orientation, and the orientation was for damn near 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours. I'm like, what are we doing? This is ridiculous. So, that's what that was, man. So
it's a 10 hours orientation.
I know.
Wake up. Stay up.
Yeah, so
people like this. Orientation.
If you don't know what this show is, man, this is Mask Off, and normally you would see my brother Jake, Malachi, myself, and Daniel, but today, some things a little bit different. So we're going to have a special guest with my man Omar. My special guest is Mr. Curtis Gilmore. And he's going to be talking about his triumph over tragedy today, man. And I have to say, I am honored. I am blessed to even know this young man, man. This dude, we came from the east side vibing. So I'm just happy that things worked out in a positive light with him. Speaking of positive light, I decided to do something that meant to happen. At the top of this show, we do either motivational minute, big words from Tone, but because you my guest, ODZ, I decided we should take it a little bit deeper. So I extend my courtesy to you, my brother, and let's get deep with ODZ.
Really?
Yes.
That's wonderful. You let me get a little spotlight.
Get a spotlight, my brother. I even shine a light on you.
Thank you. Well, today's topic, I understand that we're getting into some violent issues, and I just noticed today that a lot of the my friends and close friends was dying. It's ironic that I just noticed this. Died from violent encounters, and no one's dying from health issues. We nowadays also, but we at the age where we should be looking after our health more better. But I noticed a lot of my close friends actually passed from um violence, gun violence actually, and that's something that we have to be more aware of and work with better and stay away from. And it's just that um I'm glad that some brothers, me myself, and a lot of people was able to navigate away from them situations by staying positive or staying mindful, vigilant to what's going on in today's world and society. And I just want to give thanks to the Lord, give thanks to my mom, to my family for even the street for making me able to overstand situations and see what was coming to me in negative fashions. Because it came many times, just like everybody else, many times. And that's all I gotta. And that's like Forrest Gump, and that's what I gotta say about that.
You know what? That's what's up. That's what's up, my brother. That's what's up, man. We appreciate those words, man, and thank you for blessing us with your presence here on Mass Golf Podcast, man. Um, I just feel like to kind of piggyback off what you was talking about. Life is precious. You know, life is something that we tend to take for granted at times, man, because we don't know the severity of trials and tribulations. We get brought into this world with almost like in a spoiled sense, you know, and then we learn and navigate through life. But there's a flip side to being here, and the flip side is understanding that we could be here today and be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So your legacy and what you're able to accomplish in this world means something, and it's supposed to be the positive things that you are able to do. You know, so I just want to bring light on that. Everything that we do, we have to be accountable for, not in just this world, but in the afterlife. So, on that note, I just want to say, man, we need to look within ourselves and look and see what we need to change and how we need to go about doing it the right way. Just last week, I was just telling you about how this young man got shot and killed by the police. They put 35 rounds in this young man. He was 20 years old, and he was going through a mental health crisis. And we spoke in depth about what I think that's going on today with this whole synthetic weed and everything, and them legalizing. I think it's attacking our kids. I think at the end of the day, these kids are not capable of dealing with things of that magnitude. So it triggers something in them, and it turns them wacky, bro, wacky. So he was having a mental health episode, and the police was sent there to help kind of escort him to a mental facility. But that young man wasn't able to get there because he lunged at an officer with a knife, and they opened fire on him. And you know, it's a lot of this stuff going on today, and we just have to be careful. One of the things that I spoke about on this show previously about what life would be without guns. Like, do we actually need guns? And is it something that we should even have? You know what I mean? How other countries are able to have how can I put it? Have a decent way of living without the Second Amendment. You know what I mean? So
it's funny you said that because I just spoke to my close friend about that same situation, and he was saying how when he had a firearm with him, how he felt more prone to go to more dangerous environments and situations that he wouldn't go to otherwise. And I agree with that because I have done it too. But at the same time, you want it to at least be in arm's reach. You don't want it to win. That's something that you need to protect yourself, your well-being, your family, and then you have then you when it's time, because who says when it's time when you're gonna need it? Then you're looking for a knife or a baseball bat or something to protect your family. And you get what I'm saying? I'm just saying that at least have the option to know where is it at or if you need it. What if it was a devastating thing where it was something happened like where things was getting desperate with like the tissue, like during Corona, where there's no tissue, or people was getting desperate and they come to people's homes now for basic everyday living. Well, wouldn't you at least want to have the chance to protect your home and protect your family? What if a race war began? I'm just giving examples of what anything could be going on nowadays, and I would like for at least a chance to protect my daughter if I had one, my wife, babies, children, mothers.
My whole thing about that is you should be able to catch a fade. You know what I mean? Knuckle up, catch a fade. But
I'm talking about what if it's not about, what if it, like I said, what was the disaster happened, and like let's say, give you an example. How we on the online right now on Wi-Fi. What if all this go out? What if this went out for 6-7 days? And just, you know how much panic and devastation would go on? People be going to people's homes, no electricity right now. Cause we live off of the phones now. People can't charge their phone. It would be panic, no gas. And wouldn't you rather have a firearm that at least protect your home and not be gone off the 7th day? At least you want to be there on the 8th day. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you. And those are things that can't be disputed. Sometimes you need them for, like you say, for situations that may be unsettling,
Yeah.
But, I want to steer the conversation. I want to bring out the meat and potatoes. Normally, this is why I call the main topic of the discussion today. I want to bring out my guest, Curtis Gilmore. I'm sorry, and we're gonna bust it up for a minute with this brother. It's called TriumphOvaTragedy, and for you didn't know, we here every Friday at 9 p.m. If you want, you can like and subscribe. But I'm gonna bring the young brother in. You ready? You ready, O?
I'm ready. I thought you were gonna tell him again. Every Friday, 9 p.m.
9 p.m. every Friday we here. But right now, I want to talk to Captain Curtis Gilmore. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, Tom? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. It's good to see you, man.
Hello, Mr. Gilmore. How you doing?
What's going on, brother? Good to be on here with you guys, man. Some good, strong black men talking about some things that we all need to hear. I had never, like I say, a couple weeks ago when you hit me up initially, that's when I found out you had the show. But I'll definitely be trying to tune in each and every Friday at 9 o'clock.
Definitely. That's what's up. That's love.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Love. That's love, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man. So my focus today is kind of for you to tell your story.
Right.
You have a very powerful story, bro. And it's a lot of people who haven't heard it that needs to hear it. And well, first of all, I'm gonna give a little backstory. Me and this brother, we go back. I said it at the top of the show. We go back. This is my young boy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that straight. Oh, this is my young boy. And I lived on a block. It was called Crane, between Forest and Warren. And he moved on a block with his family on Fisher. And then, I had to at least be like 10 or 11, 12-ish. And then the young boy come, hey, what's up? Had all this energy. And I took him under my wing. You know what I mean? And we were just, you know what I mean? So that's my young boy. You know what I mean? Fast forward, things happen in life. We came closer. My family connected with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember hearing something that devastated me and kind of made me feel some type of way. You want to kind of go into it?
Right. Well, we can, because, it caught a lot of people by surprise, especially my family, from getting that news, just a regular day. That was December 1st, 2016. I remember everything so vividly because I'm writing a book about everything. That's my notes and everything in my notes. And that's what kind of helped me. One of the things I should say that helped me get through the situation or the storm I had to go through. But, I was on the way to work. I was working midnights at the time. Had just got married 3 months prior, and was about to push start my car, and bam, 6 times somebody shot me 6 times. Don't know who, don't know why. That was the crazy part, but I couldn't let that really take over me. I had to heal. It took some healing to get through all that, but one thing, it would have made sense if I knew what enemy I may have had, or if it would have been an understanding that to somebody trying to take my life in such a way, such a manner. But fast forward, I had to get through that. I had to grow through all that, and it kind of lifted me up to be a much better man overall, and be more focused more than anything. It only added fuel to my fire because I was always a self motivated person. That's just I guess my DNA, and I believe God kind of made me to be that person to get through the situation I had to go through. Not only He don't give you nothing you can't handle. You got to know that at the end of the day, and I was thankful to for my faith to be elevated in such a way, because that's how I got through that situation. Still get through the situation and still growing and sharing my story. Just the testimony I had, because I just like to be used in such a way that it bring others closer to whatever situation or problems or troubles or inconveniences they may have, because I was just a regular guy, I should say. And, I had to, just the struggle I had to deal with and everything. I was in a hospital for about a year, nursing home for about 2-3 more years after that. So I just got home right before the pandemic, and it was all God's timing, because that was right before the coronavirus and everything happened. In the nursing home I was present at, that happened to be, they had a real breakdown in there and everything, a real breakout, I should say, because they was on the news and such things. But that was just another, God just spared my life. Above anything, God spared my life. He continuously spared my life and everything, because just for all us to be survivors of the coronavirus, because I was just talking to somebody the other day, that was touching just about everybody. It could have touched you, could have touched our loved ones, our spouses, or whatever the case may be. And a lot of people didn't survive through that. And, I just like to be considered as a survivor. And it's a quote. I know we all heard the New York, they got that little quote: if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. And one thing I like to say about Detroit: if you can survive here, you can survive anywhere. We built on survivor. We strong, tough-minded people here. And that's why I believe I was, I know we all heard the paid in full. People getting shot every day, B. You know what I mean? So, and, hey, I never thought those words would be, I guess I could speak them into my life, because I never thought I'd be getting shot, let alone 6 times. So, I just feel whatever our life, whatever situation we ever may go through, we got to get through it. We can't really make too many excuses. You got things to do out here. We got kids to raise, and we got people looking behind us. So that's what I like to do, or I guess be used by, just to remind people that things can happen. Things can happen just like that. My life was good. My life was good. My life was just getting to a point where I'm like, okay, things happening, everything turning in the right direction, and I'm just being thankful. And then bam, another inconvenience. But I'm still here, still able to bring my dreams to reality, I should say, because one thing I always I guess the goal, the dream I was working on at the time was a food truck, because I was doing a little catering at the time and things, and I had just purchased a food truck, renovating it, and at the time of the shooting, I actually had it in a body shop, so it was like getting the body work done at the time. But fast forward to things to where all the things I lost, I was able to get it back 100-fold. And if you heard in biblical terms, the book of Job, to where he was lost, he was tested by the devil, and he just kept his faith. He came out on the winning end, and I was just, so many people was I guess telling my story is to read the book of Job, or book of Job. Not saying I'm this perfect guy, man. I got problems just like else. We all seeing it, and whatever the case it may be. But just to be in the same breath as that, I start doing some research on it, more so into the actual Job story, and that's all the things I lost. I've been gaining back, and here we are now. Just to be alive still, in spite of all things, and just to be able to tell my story and still be able to bring my dreams to reality to such a a level I never even may have thought, you know. So I always just speak on preparation, just being prepared. Because one prayer I always used to say is, God, prepare me whatever may come my way, good or bad. Let me survive whatever, you know, because even success, you got to be prepared for that, because a lot of people speak on it, but we, you know, some of us not even, you know, prepared for it. Because my father always said, you know, be prepared what you ask for, because you just might get it, you know. So here I am, you know, able to, all the things I've been speaking to existence and praying for and writing down and jotting down, it's been coming to reality. And I gotta say, I'm somewhat prepared for it, and things kind of happening for me in a good way. So you know, so that's the starting point. But you know, like I said, I'm here speaking with you guys and everything, and you know, I ain't got no excuses. I still got things to do. You know, like I said, it only added fuel to the fire. Me getting shot 6 times, and like I said, I had just got married 3 months prior, and my ex-wife ended up leaving me. You know, I don't fault her, but I believe everything is necessary for the story. You know, I believe it was supposed to end like that. It's supposed to start and end just like that. And because that only made me want to be successful even that much more, or want to make my dreams come to reality even that much more in spite of what happened. Like I say, no excuses. We survivors here in this city. So, and you know, I'm still, you know, bringing it to reality, and still things has just been transitioning. And you know, I got a lot of people waiting on my business to hit the public, and I'm just trying to, you know, be ready for it, to be take on and be able to I guess grab any success or any motivation, and whatever may come my way, just be ready for it, you know. So that's why that's why, you know, my focus is right now. My energy is just getting, you know, my business off the ground, because I believe it's gonna be a legacy changer. Because one of the things that I was thinking for when them 6 shots came was I couldn't leave my kids. I still remember like yesterday. I was just, you know, like I can't like I got to raise my kids. I got a son and a daughter. You know, my daughter just entered college, John Hopkins University, on dance scholarship, and my son is in the 10th grade. He plays.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And my son, he's doing good. He's running track and everything. Just set a record for freshman track record. You know, so my kids, I just want to be a part of their life. And things been coming working out for me, I should say, in spite of what happened to me, as far, you know, just had to going through that, still in a wheelchair at this point. But you know, I know I will walk again. Just start getting a little feeling, you know, what you call it, physical therapy and whatnot. But it's just, you know, in spite of all that, I still got things to do. I can't let that hold me back or make excuses. Like I said, it don't, you want it that much more. So I am still striving and still moving forward. And you know, I believe, you know, I play basketball coming up on all levels, high school, college, semi-pro, and all that.
Yeah,
And
I used to cook him back in the day. I just want to point that out.
you was just you just had that grown man stuff at the time. I was a little boy, you know.
Yeah,
That made me tough, and physically, mentally, and spiritually, I should say too, because of the coach I was connected with through the game of basketball. But like I say, here I am, still striving and still making it happen.
You know, oh, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let you go. I remember hearing about what took place with you, and it was weird because you were part of 2 situations that happened like that in that one day. You know what I'm saying? If I do recall, it was you got shot a certain amount of time. It was somebody else that got shot the same day. You know, and I don't think that person survived. You know what I mean? But you know, I remember it vividly. Today, trying to look for the article because it was an article in the paper. That's how I was like following it. Like at that point, I didn't have any connection with the family because y'all was grieving and everything like that. But I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like I don't know what vibe this is, what sign this is. I don't know what this brother doing. I just pray everything works out, that everybody okay that's connected to him.
Right.
You know. Go ahead, O.
No, I was kind of just in a mind frame of got a little tease of what you might be going through, because I had 2 strokes, and in my first stroke, my left side of my body. Now, where I'm from, I never knew you could get paralyzed from a stroke. I didn't even know what a stroke was.
Right.
Honestly, I just heard about it, but I technically never know even what it was. And I only hear about people that, you know, they get paralyzed from being shot where I'm from. And I was paralyzed for, like I said, I had like a little tease bit. I was paralyzed my left side for a month. And I sympathize with you, and I kind of understood, because it hit me really, really hard. I was in the bed and I couldn't move my whole left side, and I was angry.
Right.
I was definitely angry, because I didn't know if it was that the feeling was gonna come back, or whatever, in my left side or whatever like that. It came back slowly, not fully yet, but it came back slowly. So I sympathize with you, brother.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You know, I just learned sometimes you just got to have a little faith, you know, just have a little faith and just trust that things will work out. And if they don't work out in the favor of the direction you might want it to work out in, you know, you got, okay, well, we're going to work it out somehow, some way. So, you know, I was on bed rest for 2 years, 2.5 years. It was tough. But, you know, one thing I can say, I was never angry. I was more so hurt, you know, but at the end of the day, I was just, you know, I was never not too much of a patient man, but I had to work on my patience and everything, and just relax, regroup. But during that time is when I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about my craft, and just I was able to come up with a better game plan, because sometimes you got to just sit down for a minute and just regroup, reroute, and come up with a better game plan, because the game is still not over though. You know, you still alive, so you still got something to do out here. So, you know, and I sympathize with you, you know, a stroke, because being stationed in the medical, around so much medical staff, I got so much respect for them, you know, from the nurses to the seniors to the doctors to even the hospitality workers, you know, just to being in that environment. I mean, because it was a point in it was a time in my life where I had to rely on them. I had to trust them. I had to grow a relationship with them, seeing them every day more than I even seeing my family and everything. And I thank them from the bottom of my heart each and every time for all the love they're giving me. And that was a blessing in itself. But yeah, like I said, even a stroke, from when I seeing a lot of different patients, to where they young people getting strokes and stuff. You know, that's why we got to just be thankful for our health and take our serious. You know, because we want to be here as long as we can. It's too many other things that can take us out, especially our culture, our people. You know, from violence. You know, just diabetes and stuff like that. So, you know, so that's why I'm like, you know, if it's something that's in our hands, we can take care of, which is like eating the right foods or just taking better care of our body, you know, just to give us a, you know, time on this earth a little longer, because that's the main thing, just to be able to raise our children and whatnot. So that's what my goal is. That's where I got my motivation. Like I say, just to still be able to be around for them and take care of them. You know, that's my motivation. My kids are my motivation. So that's why.
Oh man.
They see everything I'm doing and watching behind me, and you know, I can teach them a lot of things. But if I can show them along the way, you know, pay attention to detail, to where if I'm not giving no excuses, you ain't got no reason to give no excuse, you know. So that's what it come down to. So, you know, I'm, like I said, I'm just grateful each and every day, because if I wake up and if I'm in my right mind, and that's all I need, just breath in my lungs, breathe, right state of mind. Okay, get the day going, and I can handle it. That's all I need, you know. So, you know, and out of the 6 shots, and that was another thing, my family didn't even know I was shot 6 times. You know, the doctor was steady telling them, you know, we found 1 bullet, we found 3 bullets, we found 6 bullets. They like, wow, what the heck? You know, it was just it was a shocking situation. I can only imagine, you know, I can only imagine. And, you know, whoever done it, whatever, you know, I couldn't carry that with me. I had to be forgiven, you know, because I can't keep moving if I'm steady putting too much energy and effort into that. I believe everything always comes to the light. So, you know, I'll just leave it at that. And I just, you know, I know God is protecting me, protecting my children. I pray for that and I believe in that. So, and I know every day is a blessing, every day is good. So all is well.
Man, that's real that you said that, and that's amazing, because a lot of people, me myself, I have a hard time with I have a hard time with somebody was called with forgiveness myself, and that's amazing what you just said. Honestly, that's what's up.
Right, I was just the other day, honestly, it's easier said than done, but it comes from the heart. Like I say, I need my energy, so I can't put into something. I don't like to go backwards. I like to move forward and just steady move forward. I say I'm still alive because whoever it is, whatever the guy did, whatever he done it, he don't know he woke up a sleeping giant. You know what I mean? So I ain't thankful I got shot or nothing like that. But like I said, I use anything as motivation, and if I'm still here, that's good enough. I,
From what I know about you, it's almost like that motivation and that go-getter attitude was instilled in you as a young man, just watching your pops and his drive to be an entrepreneur. When I first met them, there was a certain restaurant that was in the city of Detroit called Alabama Style Chicken. A lot of people may or may not remember that, but his pops used to be an entrepreneur, franchisor in that in their franchise. So
yeah.
that go-getter attitude, I know where it come from. Especially with your mom. Your mom was such a go-getter herself, with the work she put in to be successful in life, with just maintaining a household with you and your siblings. So I know the history of the family, and one of the things I can speak on, as far as patience, just listening to you changed my perspective on a lot of things, because that's something we don't necessarily do. We don't fall back and regroup and think, you know what, I'm gonna let that go. Because me personally, that shit would be on my mind 24/7, 365. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what though? You can't really say I like I'm thinking what you're saying, but you really don't know what you really actually do to you in them shoes though.
And that's true too. I wouldn't know. I'm only speaking from the perspective of right now. You know what I mean? In his perspective, I understand completely. Like at the end of the day, I gotta keep pushing because there's certain entities that's making me push forward. Like
right.
my kids, like my family, and my plan that I haven't been fulfilled yet. So I get all that. Again, I'm just speaking from a regular guy perspective. I'm gonna fuck somebody up. I'm
right.
sorry.
Oh, my mind immediately went to some negative stuff. Immediately when he said that, man.
Especially when I'm not out here doing nothing in these streets. I'm going to work every day, provide for my family. Then I turn around, bang, 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 bang. Yo, whoa.
You know what? In that time, I'm gonna get to that. Then I go back to my dad being an entrepreneur and everything. But at that time, I was just fighting for my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't even have time to think or get mad. Heck, I woke up, couldn't move. I'm like, you know what I mean? What's going on? Couldn't talk. I had a breathing machine for some months. I can't even. Oh man, I don't even remember how much time, but I couldn't eat for about 6-7 months. I was about 205 solid. I went down to 135 pounds. I couldn't eat or drink. I had this tube going through me, just giving me the protein because it was a lot going on at that time. Like I say, I never had the time to be angry and nothing like that. And I'm thankful because that would have been wasted energy and everything. I'm thankful that I'm built how I'm built. I'm thankful, because if you'd have asked me how I would have been feeling and this, I would have been like, but I that wasn't the feelings that was going through my mind or my body or my heart at that time. I was just like, how do I get out of this situation now? You know what I mean? All other stuff, I didn't, you're right. You are right. But like I said, I believe everything comes to the light. Everything always comes to the light. It may take a little time, but right now I'm thankful, because idle time is the devil's playground. And I tried to, upon coming out, before I was able to come home, I was spending so much energy on trying to get home or what I'm going to do when I get home or just trying to figure out what I was going, I'm just thankful at this point that I'm still able to take care of myself because there was a point in time that I'm like, well, if this is what it is, this is what it is. I still can't make no excuses just to be able to take care of myself and just to be able to do the things I'm able to do, I'm grateful for that. You know, I ain't got time to wait. I ain't. That just showed, it woke me up in a matter to where I ain't got time, you know what I mean? No time to wait. I ain't got no extra energy to waste it off on some, you know, some bum or whatever the case may be. I got things to do because I'm trying to make a life for my family, for my last name and and all that kind of stuff. Like I just stay busy. Like
now, Mr. Gilmore,
yes, sir.
did they attempt to take anything from you? What do you think was an issue like a robbery?
And of course, that's what they said in the beginning stage. I couldn't even talk. My ex-wife was doing talking and whatnot. Or I remember answering a few questions to for the detective, but you gotta know this the city of Detroit. So come on, you already know how it's gonna go down with them as far as they policing. But no disrespect, I'm thankful for whatever they did, they tried to do or whatever. But like I say, when I was able to speak up for myself, when I did call back, I think they had another detective. That detective went to another precinct. So I was like, you know what, that was years later in a sense, because like I said, I was in the hospital for a year. Couldn't talk for about 3/4 of that year. Then got to the I was like going through so much with my ex-wife, and it was a lot at that time. But like I say, I believe everything will come to the light. That's why I know things gonna get taken care of wherever that may be, whatever. So I just moved on from that. And right now I'm spending too much energy on what I'm trying to do, on what I'm able to do, on what
So,
God is blessing me with, you know.
so let's focus there. What exactly are you doing?
Right. So like you said, yeah, that's actually who I talked to before. I was talking to him before when we started the interview. So I was checking on him, just communicating with him, whatever. But that's how I learned the restaurant business. I thought that was me. Yeah, he with the Alabama style chicken. Then he developed his own business, which was Southern Fork on Warren and Chalmers. And just being under that, working with my sisters and my siblings, just learning the business. And then my grandmothers being the phenomenal cooks they are. Sunday dinner, I know you're familiar with that too, Tony. Sunday dinner over on Fisher and Kirchville. My grandma Mackie, just like the Southern Fork, we was over there every Sunday, full course Southern meals, you know. So and
I can
just
attest to that. Yes.
right,
Yes.
I'll see you there years later, but just to be around that and knowing the business and being a foodie myself, you know, so it was always a dream. I was always writing down notes on how I wanted to do it and all this, that, and the other. So before I got shot, like I said, I bought the food truck. So when I ended up selling that food truck when I was in the nurse home, I was like, okay, this is the wrong time apparently. I got too much stuff going on. If it's meant to be, I regroup. It'll come back even better. I stood on that. So I was able to, while I was in the nursing home, purchase a food truck, got it renovated, got the design set up. So when I came home, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to pick up where I left off. So I started putting, different dishes on social media and everything it was picking up pretty good. And, and I know that's when I was in my element, just doing cooking. I believe that's my purpose now, and so I want to find a building so I can be able to supply the food truck consistently, because I learned a lot of things I learned was from my dad's business practices or whatever. I learned where he could have been better at whatever areas he could have been better at, or just just running down the line. So I had I had to take a little time out, and I went to look for a building. So I finally found a building, and the deal fell through, and it was tough just finding that building. So, but I was like, okay, I knew not to panic, and I knew it was something better for me. That comes from patience and having a little faith. So I found a building not even a week later. So I went to go look at it, and this particular building that I got now on not Warren, but Whittier and Wayburn, Whittier 94 area,
Okay.
10940 Whittier. So I found the building, and with the building, and it was big. What I thought it was, and it also came with an apartment building and everything, a 2-unit apartment building. So it was a bigger blessing than what I even set out to be. And that's where I'm at now. So here I go, one is just a little kitchen, just a a nice little kitchen commercial, get my equipment in there just to supply the food truck. So here I go, God bless him with a kitchen, plus, the apartment, plus, it was a nice size kitchen to where I'm gonna be doing private dining in. So I'm building everything from the ground up. So it's taking a little time. So I want to perfect it. So I made a supply everything and things to be running like a well-oiled machine, you know. So and I built everything from the ground up. New floor, you know. It's just been a, I ain't gonna say it's been a struggle, but it's been a journey because I'm a perfectionist. So, but I know I'm like right there. You know, hopefully within the next few months things will be coming together because I'm not just doing the food truck. So I got the food truck. I'm doing the private dining. I'm doing carry out, and I'm doing catering as well. And not to mention, you know, just to be doing interviewing and mentoring our young men. That's where that's why I love to see you guys doing what you're doing because there's so many young men who don't have no direction or nobody to teach them how to be a man. You know, I was thankful just to be having the right man, the right group of men behind me, you know, to teach me along the way. So that's one of the main things I want to do. So just the food business just gonna position me to have free time and just to, you know, just give me a bigger platform to be able to, you know, help the youth behind us because no direction, no understanding on what it takes to be a man, a provider, and just to be a father. So
now, well, what kind of food could we expect from your food truck? What do you have?
just about everything from soul food to Mexican food to pasta. I mean, I do it all because I'm a foodie myself, and I was just telling somebody this. I'm like, all the stuff I like to eat, I learned to perfect it, and that's where I'm at. Like it's the real deal, you know. Not to toot my own horn, but it's something I like to do, and I do it all. Like I say, I'm a perfectionist, so you know, the food is gonna speak for itself. Food is
What
gonna.
would be your specialty dish? What would be like the go-to?
I can't say because it's all good, you know, from a lamb chop.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's all good. Like it's the real deal. It's the
So
real.
so
And
so just the other day I was talking to this brother on the phone, and I said, "Yo, before we get off this phone, you got to tell me the truth. Who's making all this food, man?" And he like,
Yo, is he doubting your skills, man? Is he
yeah,
you heard what he said?
right. He ain't the first.
Oh man.
He's not the first person that came at me with that. So that's how.
Wait, you got a ghost cooker? I heard of a ghost writer, but you got a ghost cooker. And I never heard of that.
well, see, that's the thing. I know all the women in his family throw down. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, yo, such and such must have did this. Such and such must have had to do that. Well, he like, no, it's me. So I know how his grandma cooked. So if he studied under his grandma, I know it's fire.
Right. All the women in my family, you know, just like I say, I love to eat. So I had to know how to take care of myself. So I always believe cut the middleman out. So if I'm able to make it myself, then I ain't got to rely on nobody else to do these.
Exactly.
You know.
You can't cut grandma out of the deal. She's like cut the middle man. You still stole her recipe book.
My grandma's is where I got the motivation. So that's where it started at.
Yeah, I dig it, man. R.I.P. to grandma, man. She was good
R.I.P.
people, man. R.I.P. What I want to say, my brother, I'm glad you was able to come on the show. I have been wanting to talk to you for such a long time. And that mentoring piece, that's a great component, man, because I think in this city, we don't have black men teaching other black men, black boys how to cook. You know what I mean? And so that's a very good thing, bro.
That's a very good thing, actually. That's a big problem. Actually,
I'm gonna be having a lot of different programs just to help. That's what it is. It's about giving back. You know, that's what it comes down to me. I believe you get back what you put in. So if you putting that good positivity and all that love out, you're gonna get it back more than what you put out. So
no doubt.
Heart. It comes from the heart. So and all that stuff is coming to life. All that stuff is coming to life. That's why I like to speak positive and speak it to existence, you know.
So I'm glad you were able to come on so I can honor you and honor your experiences and honor what you plan on doing. Before we go, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Man, shout out to you, Tony. You know what I mean? Just to having me on here, you know, And I believe it's gonna be more interviews in the future. And I love what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing. Like I say, I just knew about it 2 weeks ago when you had when you spoke to me about doing the interview and everything. So like I said, I'll be trying to tune in each and every Friday at 9 o'clock and spread the word. I know the channel is gonna grow. You start. Hey, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Just growing, being better than we were before. So
No doubt, no doubt.
Out to you too, Omar, man. Too nice meeting you too, brother.
Nice meeting you, Curtis.
Good vibes, good love, and positivity out, man. But I like to shout out my family because without them, man, my family, they were the ones that held me down, when I was at my weakest. For them to giving me the love and just coming to see me and just support me, what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, and everything is, I'm thankful for it. I'm very much thankful for it.
You're inspirational, man. You're very inspirational. Like to stay positive and focused.
Mm-hmm. And that's
proud of
and that inspires me. With me able to inspire others, that inspires me. It keeps me moving forward and everything. So that's what it comes.
So what's the captain part about? Curtis, Captain Gilmore.
Right, Captain Kurt. Because I was trying to come up with a name for the food truck and everything, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was saying how I'm so bossy and everything. It was a joke inside, and she was like, "You the Captain Kurt." I'm like, "Dang, okay." Don't you know when you looking for something, or when you looking for a house, and you looked at 20 houses, you go in there one house, like, man, this is it right here. So when she hit me with that name, I'm like, "Dang, okay." It's stuck, and it was a catchy slogan and everything, and that's what people call me now. So I took it and ran with it. So that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I affectionately know you as Baby Kurt.
Right. You already know.
So I think I'm like a sergeant. I'd be like a sergeant.
Oh, that's all.
Sergeant.
I can't come. I'm not ranked yet. I don't got my bars on my shoulder.
Right. Sergeant. Good.
So man, we gonna close this thing out, man. But thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you, man. And anytime you want to come back on, just let me know. Anytime you're featuring something, or you giving like directions to how to get to your spots, or you're doing a pop-up somewhere, you're always welcome to come on and talk about it anytime. I appreciate you. I pray for you. I love your family. I love you. You know what it is over here. And I thank you for being a part of what's going on, my brother.
Definitely, Tone. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll be back on again.
No doubt.
Can you send some pictures to them of them plates? Take a picture of some of the meals and send them pictures in.
Right. Yeah, check it on let me see. My Instagram is at Captain Kurt's Mobile, and the Facebook is Captain Kurt's Mobile Eatery. Search those and it'll come up. Everything on it. Google it. I tell people not Google it. All the places.
Google me. Right.
Right. That's what it is. That's the thing about social media now. Everything is a click away, so all that stuff is online and everything. So you can check it out like that.
Yeah, so on that note, man, we're gonna get ready to close this out, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Big Tone, my man ODZ, and our special guest, Curtis Gilmore. He overcame a tragedy to make it a triumph, man. And he ain't stopping. He got things he got to do. That's not out of my mouth, but that's out of his mouth. This is Mask Off, episode 125. We here every Friday at 9 p.m. Let's get it, man. Have a good week. Enjoy yourself. Take care of each other. Peace out. We out.
Love,
Good people.